Hey, dear friends, this is Venkatachalam Subramaniam here from Get Fitter, Live Better. It's great to talk to you again after a short gap. Today, 8th of June 2022, we have the blockbuster interview scheduled with Vijay Panikar Sir. I know quite a few of you had asked me, when are we going to have this interview by Panikar Sir? So finally, the day has arrived. So I was telling him that, superstar movies get released only once in 2 years. It doesn't happen every month. So now today is the day. And for those people who do not know Panikar Sir, he's a qualified engineer. He's been an athlete right from his school, college days. And recently, he won the gold medal in high jump in the National Masters meet in Chennai. So a born athlete. And more than anything else, I would say Mr. Panikar Sir has been a constant source of inspiration and energy for many of us or all of us in the Get Fitter, Live Better group. So I'm sure this interview is going to help a lot of people to get inspired. It's going to be a very insightful discussion. Just to give you some numbers. So what has Mr. Panikar Sir has done in the last 1 year in our wellness program? It's a 365 days program. He's a super finisher in all 7 activities. Just to rattle some number for you, he's been doing an average of 11 planks, 36 crunches, 65 steps he climbed up every single day on an average, 23 push-ups, 31 squats, 10 sets of Surya Namaskaram, and 3 to 3.5 kilometers of walking and running. I'm not talking about for 1 day. I'm talking about the average, daily average for the last 365 days. So he has completed all his goals and he's a super finisher. Sir, it's a pleasure to meet you for this interview. Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's good. First of all, I think you should start with a big thank you for your effort. And I think now I'm running 83 years. But I was never fit as much as I am now. Not just 1 day, but throughout the season. Because I've been working very hard to meet your expectations, I must say. I was not taking rest on any days. And I was not very strict about it that I must do, but somehow it was happening. So I must thank you, really. And about the national athletics, I was so fit. I had a very strong core, all because of those crunches and planks and things like that. And even this 1 kilometer, 3 kilometers a day, for me, it is very long distance. I had never run more than 400 meters. So this was also another challenge. Plus some of our group activities, no? That we really enjoyed. We could feel that group activities 2 or 3 times we ran together with children, all those who are in our group. Thank you very much.
So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your kind words. I think my first question to you is that I know you have such great accomplishments and achievements. And one thing which stands out when we talk to you and interact with you is how do you maintain your humility? You are so humble in spite of all your achievements and milestones that you have cracked.
Venkat, what it is, see, whatever you see in others is the reflection of yourself. If you notice my humility, because you are a humble person, you are finding that. And humility is one, even in this yoga, every state they say, there is one thing you have to maintain, that is asteya. Asteya means not robbing or so they say, but in spite of the strict warning not to rob, humility is one thing you can rob. If you can rob something, you rob humility, they say. So humble, to be humble, I think I would like, I'm very happy that somebody noticed me as humble. That is your view. And about the achievement, you said, there is nothing like, see, we cannot achieve anything. It happens to us. You create causes, keep on creating cause every day. So some good returns, no? That good vibes come. It is only because you're day to day. Now, why I did well in my national list, that I've been training regularly every day. And especially for high jump, it is very difficult to find a bed to practice. So for that also, 3-4 of us used to wander here and there, driving 10-15 kilometers. Finally, we met one director. She allowed us to train in the university. So that also, see, it happens. We have not found her. She has found us. Like that achievement, I feel all in my life, I have not achieved. I don't think I have achieved anything. It is blessings, you can say. I'm very grateful to the blessings.
I think very insightful, sir. I'm sure, many of us, in fact, sometimes I do think when I do something, some goal I've achieved, I think, oh, wow, it's a great achievement. I guess, these words are very insightful and thoughtful. Thanks very much. The second question, I mean, it's not a question, just to, get your views. I know that a lot of people we speak to, and at least I have interacted with quite a few people in the last 1.5 years. Now, when we speak to even other individuals and groups, is that one standard reason what people say is that, it's very difficult for me to get into a routine. I do not have time. But at the same time, yes, I want to keep a very healthy life. I know it's a bit of a, contradiction, right? I want to do something, but I don't have time for that. So I'm sure you have been doing this regularly for years. And some of us, in fact, I started very recently. So if someone wants to really start with a regular, routine, whether it's physical or any other wellness related program, so what is that they can do? What do they start with? How do they approach this whole wellness and health?
Yeah, see that I remember that I think, if I'm not wrong, it was Senthil Kumar who said, when you train, feel that happiness out of it. See, you're doing fitness not to show it off, but by doing fitness training, Senthil Kumar said, I'm feeling happy about doing it. So he's going into training to have some fun, to be happy. So you are getting happiness out of maintaining yourself. See, we buy a lot of equipment and we know their operation manuals we read, but we don't read our body manual. We are not doing any maintenance to our body. And as you rightly mentioned about the time, there is no time. You have to find time. No? You have to find time. Now, for example, now see, many people feel no. They may say you have time. See now, or Sumit, he is doing 54 Surya Namaskar set. Just imagine, he is not a retired person. He is not doing some ordinary job. He is a postgrad. He is doing his doctorate that too at IIT. See, if a person who is doing doctorate at IIT can find time, why can't anyone else find time? We have all gone through studies, so we know how hard it is. That too at doctorate level. So it is not that you can't find time, but it is psychologically. Recently, I had an experience at the swimming pool. One boy used to ask me to show him some strokes. So he was doing butterfly stroke. So after a few days, I met him outside. He said, "Why don't you come?" No, sir. What happens, if I come to the pool every day, people will think I'm not a busy man. See, that has come into everybody's mind. So is it not possible? No, it is not practical. 2 days back, I met a chartered accountant. He is handling only NRI accounts, doing very well. But he doesn't get a partner because no one likes to work with him. Because he is strict about going to office at 10 o'clock. His office will be closed at 6 o'clock. He has enough business. He doesn't bother. Oh, this man is not having business, so he's coming home late. See, there are certain things you have to decide for yourself, not what others feel and what others think about you. So finding time, it is, if anybody says they can't find, see, they are combing their hair, they can do 1 minute jogging there, taking bath under the shower. Can you not jump? See, these things don't take time. 1 minute jog is enough for a normal person. Then slowly, once you start liking it, you'll definitely go out and how much time it takes. Nowadays, your parking places will be quite far. Parking area from the house or from the office. Just jog, go and take your car. There are ways. Now, as I said about Sumit, if Sumit can find time, anybody can find.
True, very true, sir. I think that's very right. I think if you have to do something and if we think it's a priority, well, I think we'll have to find some time, in our schedule. Sir, one, I think we have seen you more on the physical wellness side, right? We see some now outstanding numbers and your consistency. And I think I forgot to mention in the introduction. I think Panikar Sir is one person, one in addition to all his regular activities and exercises, he does it consistently. The second one is he attends all our sessions. What Get Fit a Little Better organizes, whether it's a feedback session, whether it's a prep meeting, whether it's a yoga session, like anything. So he attends all the meetings and he doesn't miss any single event. So we do conduct quite a few events, right? Marathon, yoga day, walkathon or whatever. I think if he does miss anything, I know that there'll be a message from him saying that, look, I'm not able to participate in it for this reason, right? And sir, I tell you what, these kind of responses from you are definitely a great source of inspiration. Anyway, I wanted to say that in the introduction and missed it. Okay, so sir, I know we have seen you more into the physical wellness, right? The fitness, what you do. So I know people in terms of overall happy, healthy life, people also need to look at mental, spiritual. So what do you do for this mental and spiritual wellness?
Yes, spiritual wellness. No, spiritual, now even Sumit also. See, when he does 54 Surya Namaskars, he's not only concentrating on his body and mind. He's also going a little spiritual side, thinking of the name, the sun, about sun. The sun is, Hawaii sun is so great because sun is only giving. It is not taking anything. That is one quality. See that we don't realize that it is only giving energy, giving heat, giving light. But what is he taking? So first give, then take. So then only you have that contentment. So once you have contentment, then you can do anything. And a little. And again, if once you join a group, I think the best thing is to join a group so that the group synergy also you feel. That helps a lot. Alone, it's very difficult. Alone to do at home, it is difficult. Nowadays, there are a lot of youngsters. They have their groups. Sundays, they play football or hockey. They have started. There are a lot of groups now.
Okay, sir. I think that's nice to know. So I know we are coming to the end of the interview, but I wanted to ask you before we close, is there something that you want to share? Because this one, I'm sure this interview is going to be a viral interview. A lot of people are waiting for this and they're going to share with their families and friends. So what would you like to, you want to say something to people who are watching this video?
Sure. Now, see, for me, see, if you have a strong desire, no? If you have a strong desire, things happen. Now, I always like to play. So wherever I join, whichever company I join, we had a tennis club or we had swimming pool. or we had some other sports activities all the time. Sometimes, see, I was working in the plant, so long hours. Sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes you have to wait up to 10 night. But what I do at 5 o'clock, as the workmen go away, some of them will go, some of them will stay, they will have tea. That time I'll go to swimming pool. I'll swim, fast swimming about 10-15 minutes and come back. Huh? Or according to the season, you go to the ground, play with children. And that is my main advantage was I have 4 grandchildren. Now the eldest one is 26, youngest is 13. See, I have been playing with them, swimming, basketball, running, football, everything with them. So they are my main, you can say, my backbone, you can say. And that gives a lot of happiness. It is not toiling. Playing with children, that is the best thing I like, playing with children. So God was, I must say, I'm grateful to God. I have not tried to do anything. Things happen to me. I had they say, maybe some God. When you talk about God also, I remember my mother taking me to the temple. So there comes my mother is more prominent than the God. Like that. Spiritual side, you have to, spiritual side in the sense, smiling without any reason. That is spiritualism. So if you can do that when you do satsang. I got into the group because of satsang. So you forget, 1 hour you have fun singing. That spiritual health is very important. Apart from physical, mental, emotional, I will give definite importance to spiritual side. That is service. If you can if you can serve people. So I think that is.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much. I think it's, it's a great opportunity to meet you. I know we've been trying to meet for quite some time, but now that we have completed the 1-year program, I thought this would be an appropriate time to talk to you. So friends, with that, we conclude this interview. I would say the blockbuster interview with Panikar Sir. I hope you will watch it, listen to it, and also share with your friends and family and your contacts. I'm sure many people would get inspired. And even if you have not done anything, you have not started our wellness journey, this could be a great source of inspiration, and people can start their journey. So with that, we conclude this. Get Fitter, Live Better. Do visit our website, www.getfitterlivebetter.com. Thank you very much. So thank you very much, sir.